Handling customer objections is a skill that every business owner needs to master, especially when customers are asking stupid questions or saying dumb things. And you don't want to call them out or make them feel like a complete moron. Instead, you need to guide them to understand how their decision could cost them more money in the long run because it's a dumb one. And in this video, I am going to show you how to handle objections like a pro using real life examples from clients who thought that they were actually saving money but ended up paying more by not listening to me. And I'm also going to walk you through a text exchange where I didn't use this approach myself. I was just a complete asshole. And of course, we lost the job because of that. Something else I wanted to share was I did an email poll and got 213 responses. And it was actually really interesting. I asked them to tell me how much their business made every single year and if they preferred content about washing and equipment or sales, marketing, and other business-related content. And these are the stats. And like I said, it's pretty interesting. And I want to know where you fall in. So in the comment section down below, let me know after you hear these stats. So 20% of the people earning between $15,000 and $30,000 per year preferred content about business, sales, and marketing. Okay, that number jumped to 35% for those making between $31,000 and $50,000. And by the time we hit the $51,000 to $75,000 per year group, 55% preferred business content over wash-related content. And for the $76,000 to $90,000 range, 75% wanted more business-related content. Interesting stuff. And all of those that make 91,000 or more, it was a huge 90% that said that they'd rather see content on sales, marketing, and business strategy, right? And so I think that data, and I love data, right? It makes it really clear. If you want to level up your business, if you want to understand how to sell, market, and run your business to its full potential, it's essential that the stuff that you consume is the stuff that relates to those things, right? And it's the stuff that I love and that I'm passionate about. And I'd love to hear from you about your thoughts on that. So let me know in the comments what type of content you enjoy the most: business, sales, marketing, or technical topics like equipment and washing. Now, your feedback helps me create content that can help you grow your business, that's more valuable to you, stuff that you like. Also, Justin and I are doing another one-on-one coaching program that starts on November 8th. It's an 8-week program. There's more info below if you are interested. So let's get into this one where we are going to talk about objections when talking to potential customers and how to overcome them. And it's important not to directly challenge your customers' beliefs, right? Because in their minds, they're right. They know what they're talking about. And if they're throwing up obstacles to like ways not to hire you, it's easier to use a straw man, okay? And when I say this, basically a straw man, it's just a fake person, right? An avatar, an example, someone who had similar thoughts as the person that you're talking to, but made a bad decision and ended up regretting it, right? This way, if you use the straw man, you're not attacking the person personally, right? But you're showing them a better perspective through someone else's experience, and you're not calling them a freaking moron, okay? So a classic example is when people say, "Oh, I just need the trim done. You don't have to wash anything else. No, don't do the rest of the house, just the trim." Okay, they think that by saying this, that they're gonna save money. Now, the truth is, this is not a smart move. They are not going to save any money, but you can't just tell them that, right? You can't just say that is stupid because it'll turn them off, obviously, and you'll probably never be able to recover from that. Instead, you just need to reframe the conversation. And you might say something like, "I had another customer ask the exact same thing, and they only wanted the vinyl trim cleaned, right? And I tried to explain to them that what they're seeing up there, it's organic growth, right? It's alive and it spreads, it's growing. And it's not just on the vinyl, it's also on the brick and all the other surfaces, but it just doesn't show up as much. And if we only clean the trim, all our cleaning solution, which is bleach and soap, it's going to run down the entire house, and you're going to end up with streaks on the brick because the brick is just as dirty as the trim." So while you're probably thinking that you're saving money by only cleaning the trim, the rest of the house is going to look terrible. But more importantly, if you don't kill all the organic stuff up there, it's going to grow back even faster. Now, in this example for that particular customer, I thought that I had made my point, but that customer insisted. And against better judgment, we did what they asked. And their house actually looked a lot like yours. And when we finished, right, the trim, it was clean, it was beautiful, spot-free, no organics, but the windows had streaks from the solution and there was bleach streaks on the brick, just like I told them. And yeah, they saved a few bucks, or at least they thought they did. And I explained this, I forewarned them all of this, right? Setting expectations is really important. And then about 5 months later, they called back asking us to come back and clean the vinyl again. And I explained that because we didn't kill the problem the first time, that it came back quickly, right? on the trim, on the white. That was their main issue. This time they agreed to clean the entire house, paying twice though for what could have been done right the first time had they just listened to me, and it would have saved them money in the long run. And so then, because you use them as the straw man, they're the ones that made the mistake. They're the ones that were asking for something stupid. Then you can say something like, I know you don't want to go through the same hassle trying to cut corners just to save a few bucks, right? Because in the end, it's going to end up costing you more. So let's save you the headache and let's just do it right the first time, right? Doing it this way really is the best way to reframe it, so you don't have to call them out or say they are wrong. It also gives them an out to change their mind without being told they're wrong, okay? And when you use the straw man, you can really say just about anything that you want, and it's not directed at them. So you're good to go, right? It's not going to be as insulting. So I told you I was going to read you a text exchange with a customer, and this was the exact scenario I just described, almost like exactly. Now, I try not to react like this. I try not to, but sometimes I just can't help myself. And I kick myself when I do, but it's good content for you. And hopefully you guys can get a chuckle or a kick out of it at least. But I chose, like I said, to go the complete opposite route of what I just told you to do. And I don't suggest that you do it this way, but let me know what you think of this approach in the comment section and tell me which one that you would prefer to try yourself. Okay, so here it is. This is the text message. I'm going to read it to you. And so I got a message from my answering service. I looked up the house, knew what, it was a little teeny house, and it was like $300. That's what I was going to quote them. I type in the phone number and I'm going to text the person the price. Well, I see that we've quoted them in 2021, 2022, 2023, and then they just again requested another estimate. We've never done work for them, but all they do is ask for pricing, right? So as you can see, there's a bunch of different, anyway, long story short, we'll get back down to this year. Hey there, this is Mike with All American Pressure Cleaning. Did you want to get on the schedule? The house is still $300, just like it was last time. And the response was, the home is mostly brick. The vinyl part at the top border all around is all that we want to do. Can you lower the price some more, please? I'm 100% disabled. And I said, I can't lower it anymore. That is the lowest price that we can do. The entire house needs to be cleaned. That's the proper way to do that. If the white part is dirty, so is everything else. It's just not showing up. And if you don't clean it, it's going to spread back to the white part super fast, and you're going to have the house cleaned again. Well, I just want the only vinyl part clean. That's the only part that I'm concerned with. Can you just lower the price a little? I did tell you I was disabled, permanent and total. Okay, I understand that. They're disabled. Again, that doesn't impact my price, right? And I replied back, well, I'm sorry about that. This is the best price that we can do, but I assure you, you're going to be satisfied with the results. The entire house is going to look great. Thanks anyway. And then that was the end of it. I said, thanks, not a problem. And then she comes back and says, could you do it for $150 and we can get on the schedule? Okay, that's half the price. And again, she only wants the trim done. And I said, I would highly suggest that you call someone else. Cleaning the vinyl alone is a disservice to you, and it's not something that we want to do. Do you understand that what you're looking at is organic? That means it's living, and it isn't just on the vinyl, it's on the brick as well. So if somebody comes and cleans just the vinyl, the cleaning solution is going to, with bleach, is going to run down the entire house, and you're going to have streaks of cleanliness because the brick is just as dirty. You're going to have streak windows. It just doesn't, but it's just not going to show as much. If you don't kill it all, it's going to spread quickly back. Being cheap is going to cost you more because you will need to have it cleaned again sooner. I would suggest that you hire a professional and get it done the right way. Don't waste your money. I thought that this was a kind way of kind of, but I was blunt maybe. Wow. Why the unnecessary vulgar language? Very unprofessional. Everything you said was fine except for the cheap. You're assuming I'm being cheap. Very unprofessional, very unprofessional. Find Jesus. So sad. And I said, I wasn't vulgar. And I said, but you are being cheap. And I understand if 300 is out of your budget, but this is your largest investment, most likely. And I have no problem with that. But go pick up your Bible and start reading. Jesus didn't pull punches, and he didn't. But he told the truth, right? He called people out. Never ever tell someone to find Jesus because your feelings were hurt. Jesus loved poor people, but I guarantee he wouldn't have made them a table for free or half price. So please stop being cheap and stop being a fake Christian. You should be ashamed of yourself. And that was the last that I heard from that customer. Anyway, I hope that they learned a little lesson, and I hope you got something from this video. If not, Don't like it, don't subscribe, and that's it. But if you did, I'm glad, and that's it. See y'all.